You would have that one.
But I begrudgingly admit
I like
tipping
this
won't
one.
kill me, so I still tip. How much I tip? None of your beeswax. And even though I tip most of the time, I'm not gonna tell y'all you should tip. You could do whatever you want with the money you've earned. Like, I could be spending my money on helping the children in Africa and building houses there. But how else am I supposed to pay for my trip? I need money for my clothes, man. Those kids in Africa, they're not gonna pay for me. But yeah, those are my thoughts on tipping. Employees need better pay, so I can stop paying. Longevity, a long duration of individual life. Some are long-lived, while others are cut short. Not only can this be applied to living, but also in all art and entertainment. Like, will this piece of work stand the test of time to be remembered as great, or will it be put in a modern art museum? Only time can tell. And many music artists throughout all the years had faded away alongside time. It's crazy to think about, cause some of these artists, or at least their songs, were all over the radio and playlists and constantly being replayed. But by next year, nobody's even having a thought about their music, let alone the artist. Their relevance was like receiving a happy ending from a ladyboy in Thailand. It lasts a good minute, but it finishes pretty quick. Don't judge my hobbies. Some get the stinky end of this deal by having short bursts of fame, then run straight into irrelevance for the rest of their, well, lives. And the rest are lucky enough to be one-hit wonders, with their hits being so timeless that we never forget them. Like, who can forget 1,000 Miles by what's her name? I swear, every time that song comes on in a crowded place, every bad thing that's going on in the world at that moment comes to a halt, and all of us sing along in perfect sync. This song legit brings world peace. She doesn't need another hit. And Silent Hill with Watch Me Win, Watch Me Nay Nay. I mean, none of us are playing that song nowadays, but when it was out, it was big. Like, all the kids were dancing to that song, playing it everywhere. You couldn't escape it. And to show how much of a phenomenon this song was, it was played at the biggest award show in the world, the Kids' Choice Award. You can't get bigger than that. That's a career peak for anybody. The impact of that song was insane. So you know the fall gotta be equal to that. Cause after the song wasn't hot no more, the man fell off so hard, he murdered his cousin. That's tough. There was Young Ma with Ooh. This song will forever be a club hit. Shame she didn't have another. But at least some party or club somewhere will always be playing it. Well, I don't know. I'm not allowed in clubs, so. Estelle's American Boy, it hurts saying she's a one-hit wonder, but the song is amazing. Also with a goated verse from the GOAT, the song is genuinely perfect. Well, she ain't really a one-hit wonder if you count the hits she made on Steven Universe. But forget everything I just said. When we think about the best artists to fall off, we think of the ones that had a big breakout song, an album that made people think this person will be here for the long run. They will become a household name, only for them to be in love and hip-hop.
Everything else is static and
I'm
smoke.
sadly talking about Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap, artist that comes from Jersey, represent, and probably the most popular rapper to come from here.
Alright, it's up in a moment.
I was searching New Jersey rappers, and the second result is Fatboy SSE. So we're kind of lacking. Fetty Wap in 2015 literally blew up the entire hip-hop industry with his sleeper hit at the time, Trap Queen, which came out a year prior before it even reached the Billboard charts. And when I tell you everybody was singing this song, it was playing on every radio station, you couldn't escape it in a good way. You can't tell me everyone and their doctors didn't know the opening 6 words of the refrain of the song. I'm like, hey, what's up, hello? And on April 4th, 2015, the song went #1 on the Billboard, beating Pitbull's song. Now, when you beat Mr. Worldwide in the charts, you're destined for greatness. And #1 on Billboard is a crazy feat, don't get me wrong. But this dude still could have been a one-hit wonder. Come on, how many other people went #1 only to be never heard of again? Like, who the hell is the baby? Who? But bro proved everyone wrong. Cause 1 month after Trap Queen went #1, he released 679 Drake Edition. Now, I have my qualms with Drake, but I like the song. Proving he ain't no one-hit wonder, but at least 2. But soon after that, he released his self-titled studio album. Bro did not waste time. He saw the spotlight was on him, and he took his opportunity in the best way possible. Again, My Way, RGF Island. This album was filled with hit songs, or at least songs that would be played all over social media. Like, Fetty Wap was basically the go-to artist to use in your Vine back then. And this dude's music was being played all the time on repeat. He was also making the songs he was featured in hits. Like, nobody listened to Save That Money for Little Dicky, let's be honest. We're all listening for that hook. It seemed like this guy was unstoppable, and you could tell he felt that way too. Cause 1 month after he released his studio album, he released another album. The consistency is crazy. And to top it all off, it was a collab album with none other than French Montana. If you don't know who French Montana is, it's that nigga that Diddy cropped out in that one photo, and for good reason. This man is not a good rapper. Never in your life have you been in a car or a function and someone says, hey, put on that new French Montana. You never heard that. And if you have, you need to find new friends. These are the people that are bad influences that your mom and dad were talking about. Go hang out with murderers and drug dealers instead. At least those guys will have a more positive impact on you than a nigga that willingly listens to French Montana.
That entire
beautiful life you have, and you spend it on that, you can't trust it. Anyways, their album was called Coke Zoo, and it's 13 songs, and it's a 2 can of ass. Now, Fetty did have a better performance than French on here, obviously, but French had way more songs and verses than him, and overall, the album is just very bland. No song sticks or stands out. It's just a nothing burger, bro. It has no replay value whatsoever. And after this project, his music slowed down on coming out, which is fine. He don't have to be like YoungBoy releasing an album every 3 days. In 2016, the next year, he had a good few charting songs he was featured in, and also his own single, Wake Up, peaking at 50 in the Billboard Hot 100. And during this period of time, it felt like the calm before the storm. Freddie was still in people's mouths. He was still performing sold-out shows and still charting. He was still very much popular. But after 2016, he kind of faded away out of the public eye more and more. He has released projects since then, but none of them created any buzz because overall, all of them were pretty But also, there were no hits. See, Fetty Wap was very much a hit rapper, which is not a bad thing. It's just a bad thing when you want a fan base that would actually stay. And since he wasn't making any more hits, more people stopped talking about him. Plus, his new music sounds identical to the rest of his other music. I mean, you can say the same thing for other artists too, but Fetty's music also sounds dated. Like he was a product of his time and didn't try any new sounds or styles with his music to catch up to his own contemporaries. Other than that 2018 6ix9ine song Kiki, he has kind of disappeared from the popular space of music. And since then, in late 2022, he's pleaded guilty in drug charges and he's looking at 5 to 40 years in prison. That's tough. But also during his fall off, Trap Queen